learning more this morning about the Colorado high school student who critically wounded a classmate last week before taking his own life. This as the author of a controversial book that may have influenced the gunman speaks out. Here's NBC's Justice correspondent Pete Williams.
Investigators say when Arapahoe High School senior Carl Pearson walked in last Friday with a shotgun and more than 125 rounds of ammunition, he had written on his arms with indelible marker. On his forearm, this Latin phrase, alia jacta est, which means the die has been cast. He also wrote 5 combinations of letters and numbers, which investigators say correlate to 5 rooms in the high school he may have been planning to attack. And now the author of a book that friends say Pearson read avidly, The Anarchist Cookbook, says it should no longer be published. A classmate told NBC's Ron Mott that Pearson had been a fan of it.
Carl had been reading The Anarchist Cookbook since sophomore year and giving it to people, which is basically a recipe on how to make bombs.
Police say Pearson brought 3 Molotov cocktails to school the day of the shooting. First published in 1971 at the height of the anti-Vietnam War movement, The Anarchist Cookbook is a crudely drawn collection of instructions on how to make bombs, booby traps, and even illegal drugs.
It was really produced at the peak of the counterculture and became something of a Bible to people on the extreme left in those years.
And now that it has come up again, this time in connection with a school shooting, the man who wrote it says it should no longer be published. William Powell, who has long since disavowed it by saying he's sorry it ever inspired violence, tells NBC.com it is no longer responsible or defensible to keep it in print. But it's likely to keep right on selling, available on several online retailers. The publisher tells NBC.com, quote, "There's victims of almost anything and everything, and I just don't think we need to start banning books." Meantime, in Colorado, well-wishers are leaving flowers and notes for Claire Davis, the 17-year-old girl critically wounded in the Arapahoe High School shooting. For today, Pete Williams, NBC News, Washington.
Meantime, a heart-wrenching image from that day is now emerging. A 17-year-old boy who survived but was inside the school at the time scribbled this message to his family on his hand. Above a cross, "I love you all so much, and I'm here now." Pretty poignant image.